This just in, from outer space, the Church of COTU and the Super Genius has arrived. Superior knowledge that you've never heard before, from outer space. Don't believe me? Come check. We've got free literature for everybody. And what is COTU? COTU is the creator of the universe. COTU may be God, the devil, the Big Bang, tadpoles, mermaid, plants, and or anything imaginable. It may be that COTU cannot be described using human language. We take comfort in knowing that COTU is undoubtedly the creator of the universe. This knowledge is fact. It's an individual's responsibility to hold their own stake in the physical and moral appearance of COTU. All who imagine COTU are correct and justified to hold faith that their imagination of COTU is true. It is unjust to consider another individual's image incorrect simply because it does not align with your image. In the event you are unjust or judgmental, you will be instantly forgiven for your unjust behavior. Your behavior is inevitable and your decisions are not made through deliberative efforts. This moment marks your growth as a spiritual being. How finds COTU? You're already fully aware of COTU, whether you're aware of it or not. COTU is your Big Bang, your God, etc. It's any attempt to understand the origin of existence. The stance that there is no creation is a viable embodiment of COTU. God is the creator, there is no creator. Both of these statements are true. However, their speakers may disagree. It would be silly to get angry over such a disagreement, but if you feel it is right to be angry, your sentiment is justified. It's important to remember that you're both correct in your assumptions, and you both hold faith in some understanding of COTU. Our consciousness is made up of language only. Our thoughts are our perceptions translated into auditory and visual symbols. The unconscious is the brain's functions that exist separate from language, such as the heartbeat. However, these functions can oftentimes be translated or communicated into consciousness. In order to share knowledge, conceptualize, and relate to others, we have agreed that language be our tool. COTU is a concept dependent on the role that language plays in our minds and our lives. All things conceptual are real. They exist as concepts. This is fact. Therefore, COTU is real and true. COTU is also an acronym for Creator of the Universe. Real and true. It is important to agree on the identity of COTU. All can agree that the universe either was or was not created. Otherwise, you may be indifferent to the subject. I mentioned previously, COTU can exist as either the creator or the uncreator. The intention of COTU is to be agreed upon by all. Individuals are just to agree with the identity of COTU, but at the root of their disagreement, the individuals agree COTU is undoubtedly the creator of the universe. This is fact, despite any differing opinions on what the names may be. God, Devil, Neptune, Tadpole, Terry, George, etc. What is the super genius? I am sharing language from outer space, and I have a four-legged insect that has landed on me for salvation. 4 legs, 2 of them are missing. I don't know how this happened. About to become stone, stupid and content back as matter, holes in the universe. From a hole, it will abandon its holes and its soul will go on. Stupid and content in the universe. A stone lives without language, time, and consciousness. It has no concept. It exists stupid and content. It is possible that a stone may have once been something other than a stone. A stone may also abandon its state to become living. In the eyes of a stone, neither are stones. Stones are unaware of concepts. Our physical body is the same as a stone. All is composed of universe. The supergenius is the gateway to contentment and acceptance, a feeling of oneness. This understanding. Our physical body is the same as a stone. All is composed of universe. The supergenius is the gateway to contentment and acceptance, a feeling of oneness. This understanding is an important step in spiritual growth. A stone is an epitome of spiritual being. To achieve spirituality, it is to understand and accept the universe. It is to be content and indifferent to that which cannot be controlled. Through acceptance of COTU and supergenius, spirituality can be reached. Spirituality can be self-proclaimed. Practice being aware of your spiritual state. If you are honest and you feel that you are spiritual, then you are. But if you are dishonest, then you know that you are not what you proclaim. Imagine your soul leaving your body and traveling through the universe, going as fast and as far as you can until you begin to feel spiritual. You can do this at sunset, watching the stars appear one by one. Focus on one point in the sky until it becomes filled with stars. Repeat this till the sky is full. This will leave you feeling spiritual. Now for the Big Cheese Theory. Big Cheese Theory. It's from outer space and it makes a whole lot of sense. Don't you want to hear it? Gather round. This comprehensive theory describes the true fabric of the universe. All something or others in the public broadcasting system of America agree that the Big Cheese Theory may be legitimate. To have faith is to be legitimate. To legitimize. Imagine the entire universe, then unimagine the universe. And instead imagine a large block of cheese. The cheese is Swiss! A simple earthling with simple language would deduct that there exists solid cheese with empty holes. Empty holes. This is based on simple observations. Because air is transparent, we understand the simple earthling's mistake. A scientist would agree that both the cheese and the air are comprised of matter. This would imply that there are no holes present, only the absence of cheese. The same scientist may deduct that planet Earth is floating in the empty vacuum of space. The scientist may more accurately use the term falling. Back to the simpleton. Imagine the holes in the cheese and the cheese itself trade roles. The simple earthling would deduct that the cheese balls, where once empty holes, are now falling on the table and would become tainted. They would not float around. The scientists would agree and say that solid things fall similarly around the sun. However, thinking of the universe as a falling cheese ball seems to make little sense to most. Imagine the universe again. The universe playing the role of the cheese, and the planets and stars are the holes within it, the absence of cheese. Each bit of matter is only a hole in space. The massive universe hurls around its holes based on its own laws. Existence without the universe would be the death of us all. Without us, the universe would be whole, with a W, as opposed to holy, with an H, and an E-Y. It is important to remember the construction of an atom. A tiny amount of matter exists called space and energy. In volume, we're mostly empty. In actuality, we're mostly holy with a W universe. We are space and energy, and the soul, which will one day return to outer space. Amongst our universe body, there are tiny holes in existence that we observe as solid objects. The observation of holes has allowed us the creation of language and imagination. It is important to recognize the beauty of holes. It's also important to recognize the omnipresent universe, which exists beautifully, wholly or wholly. Humans exist as holes in the universe. Our body is empty, but our soul is pure universe. Matter does not matter. The universe is whole, and our bodies, planets, earthling, and stars are holes in the universe. The holes are created from the tension of the ever-expanding universe energy. It's similar to stretching taffy until it snaps. The universe stretches to its maximum potential, snaps, leaving a matter hole bang. The absence of space. only light, dark, gamma waves, and radio waves flying around with the sounds of music. The universe would be stone, stupid and content. Would you believe we were once mermaids? We were once mermaids. Once, when we were mermaids, we lived under the ocean. Gather round. Gather round. There's information from outer space that is pertinent to you. Information from outer space to be heard, and free literature to be read all about it. It's nothing you've ever heard. Hello, sir. Would you like some free knowledge from outer space? It's in a lovely little pamphlet, and there's a whole lot of fun in there. Good laughs and life lessons. Have a fantastic day. The creator of the universe, gather round. There's a new religion and new dance moves that you've never seen. COTU, the creator of the universe. COTU may be God, the devil, tadpoles, any other. You don't know, I don't know either. Why bother with the identity? But the creator of the universe indeed created the universe. did it not? He, she, maybe, who knows? So, why argue about it? There's information from outer space for you to hear. Outer space. Outside space. There's the super genius. He's a super smart math magician from outer space. He or she doesn't exist. Could be a man, a woman, he, she, or maybe. Doesn't matter. Matter doesn't matter. We are holes in outer space. Started from the energy and the tension, ripping like Laffy Taffy and leaving a hole of matter. Lots of little holes in space. Coincides with the big cheese theory. Big cheese, all in here. Big cheese from outer space. Gather round. Don't line up too quick. There's plenty for everyone. Now let me share. We were once mermaids, I swear. Once before we were humans, humans were mermaids. We lived underwater, we had fishes for legs. We had a mouth and 2 blowholes on our nose. Male mermaids won affection from female mermaids by jumping around, flipping like this in the air, only with fins and whatnot. Alan was born with a split bottom. Cosmic radiation from the sun morphed him, demorphed, mutated his legs, which were fishy legs, but legs as legs are. Alan was able to crawl up onto the beaches and abandon all of his need to impress the ladies, because he just couldn't do it himself. And then he was breathing in all this oxygen. And Alan, the mutated mermaid, had a euphoric fit and started dancing like crazy, and all the women from the ocean came up and made sweet love to him on the beaches for 7 days. And that's how humans became humans and not mermaids. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that wonderful? Did you know that we're from outer space? Planet Earth is in outer space, correct? There we go. Would you like some free information from outer space? All right, have a good day. To be a genius is to have comprehensive knowledge of all language and information. A genius would read and understand all dictionaries. A genius would understand the language of plants, animals, and stone alike. A simple mind lacks language. Reading, speaking, and creating are pursuits of genius. Human experience can only last for limited moments, so indulge in your language, indulge in your rights and wrongs, and self-proclaim the words you want to be. Ain't that lovely? Hello there. Both right and wrong are concepts. All that is wrong and the contrary is right and the contrary. When 2 individuals disagree, both are right. Right is what an individual holds faith to be true. Wrong is what an individual holds faith to be untrue. When wronged by another individual, it is important to remember that what they did was right. It was also inevitable. It is justified to be upset with the results of another individual's actions and to respond according to your own moral law. However, it's important to remember that contentment and acceptance are a gateway to spirituality. The soul is located at the bottom of our feet. Dr. Scholl has confirmed this with scientific research, has he not? The soul is the most important human part of our makeup. The soul is beyond the body we use to walk around with our feet. The soul is made of concepts stored in brains. It is the result of an interaction between body, brains, and life energy. Without language, we would be reduced to stone, stupid and content. Even plants and birds use language which can be understood through scientific observation. The language of stone is indifferent, stupid, and content. Since our perceptions are described with our language, our feelings and actions are directly related to the language stored in our brains. In regard to the imagination, there exists other worlds and realities. These realities exist as concept. They are similar to our world, a concept most people agree to share. Heaven and hell exist as concepts of an afterlife. I cannot judge you based on your decision to believe in one or the other. We know that when we die, we abandon our feet, brains, and body. Without a brain, our soul knows no language. It will be stupid and content like stone. All concepts will be abandoned for understanding. There will be no New York, home, heaven, or hell. After death, there's only contentment and the universe. However, if at the moment you die, your understanding is that you will be transported away to your concept, then you will be. Isn't that great? Home or the universe? So why COTU, creator of the universe? It's an acronym. Everyone believes in COTU in some way, even if you don't. Our consciousness is made up of language only. Our thoughts, our perceptions, translated into auditory and visual symbols. The unconscious is the brain functions that exist separate from language, such as the heartbeat. However, these functions can oftentimes be translated and communicated in other ways. In order to share knowledge, conceptualize, and relate to others, we agree language be our tool. COTU is the concept dependent on the role that language plays in our minds and lives. All things conceptual are real. They exist as concepts. This is fact. Therefore, COTU is real and true. COTU is an acronym for Creator of the Universe. Therefore, real and true. It is important. It is not important to agree on the identity of COTU. All can agree that the universe was or was not created. Otherwise, you may be indifferent to the subject, which then you'd be indifferent. I mentioned previously that COTU can exist as the creator or the uncreator. The intention of COTU is to be agreed upon by all. Individuals are justified to disagree with the identity of COTU, but at the root of their disagreement, the individuals agree that COTU is undoubtedly the creator of the universe. The fact is true despite any other names given to describe the creator of the universe. Could be God, devil, Neptune, tadpoles, Terry, etc. The supergenius is a concept and is not meant to be held in faith as a true entity. However, in reality, the supergenius exists as a concept to explain the nature of time in the universe. The supergenius is a super smart math magician who existed at the beginning of time. That is, the moment in which COTU created the universe. Arguably, the universe was already in existence, and COTU's creative efforts were simply the force that set the universe into falling motion. The supergenius works with similar methods to a rocket scientist landing a rocket on the moon, or a psychologist predicting the behavior of a subject. The supergenius gathered all information in the unstimulated universe. This data was plugged into many equations, and data collected from the first ever stimuli, COTU. Using its superior knowledge of physics and the laws of the universe, the supergenius was able to analyze each infinitely small moment and predict the following moment with perfect precision for all of eternity. Since every moment in time can be predicted by the supergenius, we can deduct that past, present, and future do not exist. All of time beginning to end is inevitable. Time is singular, not time are plural. Our consciousness is not equipped with the language of the supergenius. We tend to perceive time in a linear fashion. Our ability to control and make decisions exists in concept as a result of language and consciousness. Free will exists as concept, and it's justifiable to hold faith that it's true or untrue. It is real in concept. Would you like some free information from outer space?
I would. Yeah, I would.
Grab one.
Thank you.
Grab one more for your friend.
I will. Yes. Thank you.
Have a fantastic evening. Any questions? Do you know about outer space?
Tell us.
Do you know that you live in outer space?
I did know that. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe not to this degree, but I should.
Now, do you believe that COTU is the creator of the universe?
I've never heard of this.
Did you know that COTU is an acronym for creator of the universe?
I guess that would make sense.
And COTU can be whoever you want it to be. it be God? I believe it was tadpoles, maybe.
Perhaps.
Could be anything, perhaps. But it is COTU, in the end, the creator of the universe. Correct?
That is self-definition.
Yeah, undeniable. Now, do you believe in past, present, and future?
Yes.
Okay, what if I told you that in the beginning of time, there was a super genius that exists who could take all the information when COTU created the universe and mathematically do equations to take every infinitely small moment and be able to predict with physics and psychology and all the kinds of science that we don't understand with English language, and use that to predict the next moments for all of eternity, and that we can only imagine that there's one future because there's this one path, but it's already happened, it's already inevitable, and we don't really have control over it. We have the illusion of choice based on the way our brain works because we're stuck in these little micro moments, but the future, we already thought it and we already did what we did. We already done what we done in the past. Does that make a little sense? It's fun, right? Alright. You should read this. You'll love it.
I will read it, yeah. Definitely. I will do that.
It's very fun, and I would explain more, but I'm sure you boys are well on your way.
Oh, yes. I enjoy your city. Yes.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
I'm from outer space.
I guess so are we. Yeah,
Hey,
so are we.
we are. Earth
Yeah.
is in outer space.
That's true. That's great.
Remember, you're aliens from outer